I turn steel. My hands still shake from the weight I feel. Smoking pain on a broken trail. A man still breathes, though their heart might fail. Blood and dust, it's all I trust. Ain't no saints, just iron and rust. You can take my name, but not my flame. I'll ride through hell just the same. Whiskey burns where the wounds don't show. I made my bed where the lost ones go. Crows still sing on a gallows tree. Ain't no mercy left for me. Blood and dust, it's all I trust. Ain't no saints, just iron and rust. You can take my name, but not my flame. I'll ride through hell just the same. Boots in the sand, sky on fire. The reaper smiles, but I don't tire. One more breath, one more sin. If death rides close, I'll let her in. Blood and dust, my soul's disguised. I see the truth in a vulture's eyes. You can take my bones when the day is done, but you'll never break what I've become. Sun's bleeding red on the canyon's edge. Boots beat slow by the river's ledge. Got one more mile, one last breath. Can't shake hands, I ride with death. Ride with the reaper, dust in my veins. Winter hums low, whispering my name. Ain't no heaven, ain't no shame, just the road, the dust and the flame. Silver moon, she hums that ghostly tune. Says you ain't running, you're just late. I grin, guess we share the same fate. Ride with the reaper, dust in my veins. Winter hums low, whispering my name. Ain't no heaven, ain't no shame, just the road, the dust and the flame. Slow like a funeral drum. Stars look down, they don't say none. She laughs soft, her eyes burn white. Two souls riding in tonight. Ride with the reaper, no turning back. One last song on a desert track. If the dawn don't ride, I'll still be fine, 'cause death and I ride the line. Wind cuts cold through a dying town. Sun's burning low, shadows hanging down. He stands there smiling, smoke in the air. I tip my hat, you still ain't fair. Dust and judgment, sky on fire. Fate's got a hand, I can't retire. This is the end, I'll meet it proud, with a steady heart and my boots loud. The clock don't tick, it just stares back. Ain't no mercy on this track. Death takes a drag, says boy you're late. I grin, I ain't running, I'll meet my fate. Dust and judgment, sky on fire. Fate's got a hand, I can't retire. If this is the end, I'll meet it proud, with a steady heart and my boots loud. Sin, I see myself in the skull's cold grin. The echo hums, the dirt takes flight. Two souls meet in the edge of night. Dust and judgment, breath runs dry. The wind remembers but never cries. If death rides west when the smoke has cleared, tell of the man she faced, never fear. Never fear. The sun stands still and the wind won't breathe. Two shadows stretch where the dirt won't lead. Smoke from her hand curls slow in the air. She grins like sin. I just stare. No mercy at high noon. Dust and fate will play their tune. ghosts still circle the sky. To meet his time, some with guilt and some with wine. She lights her smoke and nods my way and whispers, son, you fought today. No mercy at high noon. The sun sets red, the earth in tune. If death must ride, I'll ride too. Two ghosts in boots, the sky's still blue.
Sun's hanging low, the streets gone quiet. Smoke curls slow like a ghost on a dive. My boots don't shake, my heart don't care. I'm facing death in her cold black stare. Dead man stare, no breath, no prayer, just dust and bones and the smoking air. If she blinks first, I'll tip my hat, say, guess it ain't my time for that. She grins so wide through the ashen flame, I can hear her whisper my middle name. I grin right back, my whiskey grin, say I play worse hands, and still walked in. Dead man stare, no breath, no prayer, just dust and bones and the smoke in there. If she blinks first, I'll tip my hat, say, guess it ain't my time for that. Cuts deep through the ghost town line. The sun burns hard, but she ain't mine. If death my dance, I'll lead her slow to the edge of night where cowboys go. Dead man stare, we both just grin, one foot out, one still in. She drops the smoke, I draw my breath and wink right back at the face of death. sky bleed red. Tracks of the lost where angels fled. Got nothing left but a match and a prayer, and a whisper saying, you still there? Ride, boy, ride, the dust don't die. Keep your soul where the cold winds cry. Death's on your tail, but she walks too slow. And the dust don't die where the wild winds blow. Whiskey hard and a jaw of steel. Every scar reminds what's real. She lights her smoke, I grin and nod. Say you follow me, I'll follow God. Ride, boy, ride, the dust don't die. Keep your soul where the cold winds cry. Death's on your tail, but she walks too slow. And the dust don't die where the wild winds blow. The moon cut sharp through the canyon line. The world burns quiet, she's still behind. If she calls my name, I'll tip my hat. Say I rode this far, can you top that? Ride, boy, ride till the embers fade. You can't kill dust, it's what we're made. Death just smiles, says you ain't mine. And the dust keeps riding through time. Stand still, the ground don't shake. Two shadows move, one soul to take. He grins through smoke, says you look scared. I smile right back, you came prepared. Smoke between us, fade in our hands. One heartbeat slow where the other stands. No words, no prayer, no need to trust. Just the sound of fire and dust. The sun crawls low, it paints our skin. The end's closed now, where's it begin? He draws his breath, the ash drips wide. Says you can't outrun what's deep inside. Smoke between us, fade in our hands. One heartbeat slow where the other stands. No words, no prayer, no need to trust. Just the sound of fire and dust. The trigger hums, the silence cries. No winner disguise. He tips his hat as smoke grows thin. Says, guess I'll see you once again. Smoke between us, gone with the wind. The line we crossed don't ever end. If death still waits, I'll raise my glass. We shared one smoke, then let it pass. The fire's near gone, the air's turned cold. Death's by my side, looking bold. She says you run your race, old son. I grin and nod, ain't we all done? The last smoke before dawn, the world stands still. No saints to pray, no debts to fill. If this is the end, then let it come, with a whiskey burn and a loaded gun. Her shadow hums that lonesome tune. The coyote cries beneath the moon. I take a drag, she sips her drink. We don't talk much, no need to think. The last smoke before dawn, the world stands still. No saints to pray, no debts to fill. If this is the end, then let it come, with a whiskey burn and a loaded gun. Says you're brave, but tired too. I say, ain't that what cowboys do? The stars fade slow, the wind starts low, and time just nods. It's time to go. The last smoke before dawn, the dust runs deep. No dreams to chase, no souls to keep. If death rides close, I won't run. I'll greet the dawn with a loaded gun. She pulled a chair by the fire's glow, said, boy, you nowhere left to go. I smiled slow,
poured her a glass, said let's drink the time that couldn't last. Last round with the reaper under the sun. Two hearts beat like the end's begun. No fear, no shame, no sound, just whiskey burning the cold ground. Smoke, her voice was low. You've dodged me more than I should know. I raised my glass, said guess that's true, but death tonight, it's me and you. Last round with the reaper under the sun. Two hearts beat like the end's begun. No fear, no shame, no sound, just whiskey burning the cold ground. The stars don't blink, the night don't cry, the wind just hums a last goodbye. She tips her hat and takes a sip, says guess you've earned this final trip. Last round with the reaper, one more pour. The fire fades, can't feel no more. When the dawn comes, I won't be found, just smoking bones on holy ground. I've walked through towns that don't exist, live my name in the desert mist. The wind still hums that broken tune about a man who drank with a dying moon. Dust and whiskey burning slow. The road behind still calls, I know. If death's riding, she rides with me through the smoke and the memory. Boots beat time on the edge of fate. Cards on the table, I don't wait. The night don't scare a man like me. I've danced with ghosts, I've drunk the sea. Dust and whiskey burning slow. The road behind still calls, I know. If death's riding, she rides with me was soft, her breath was cold. She said, boy, you never do what you're told. I raised my glass, said, here's to sin. The end's just where the song begins. Dust and whiskey, truth and lie. The sun may set, but I don't die. If death's waiting, she'll wait for me till I'm gone with the dust and the whiskey.
He pulled up slow with a shadow grin, black cloak swaying like a cold desert wind. Said you knew I'd come, so pour the glass. I said I ain't scared, just make it last. The old creek low as we sat and drank, my boots in dust, his bones gone blank. He said most men pray. I lit a smoke, replied most men ain't cowboy folk. 'Cause whiskey knows no ghost, no fear, just the burning truth and the taste of years. When the end rides up, don't choke, don't boast, just stare him down and raise a toast. He laughed, your boat, I said just broke. Life gave me dust and bitter smoke, but I rode it straight. I took my dues and now I drink with nothing to lose. No bells, no prayers, no preacher's lie, just the sound of boots and a blood red sky. If you meet your fate in a dead man's cold, make sure he drinks what you still wrote. 'Cause whiskey knows no ghost, no fear, just the burning truth and the taste of years. When the end rides up, don't choke, don't boast, just stare him down and raise a toast. He left before the bottle died, just an echo where the shadows ride. But I still hear him in the glass, saying, cowboy, damn, you've got some class. Sat down with death in an old wooden chair, graveyard behind, whiskey in the air. No words passed, just a crooked grin, like he knew every place that I've ever been. Boots worn thin, jacket full of dust, my name's been cursed, my word's been trust. He poured a glass with a bony grace, like he'd waited long just to see my face. One drink
1,000 goodbyes. I laughed a bit, said not tonight, and he just leaned back in the pale firelight. This ain't a deal, and it ain't no game, just two souls drinking with no one to blame. No bargains made, no pistol drawn, just the sound of booze and the break of dawn. One drink for the living, one chair for the grave, a quiet salute to the road we both brave. He don't whisper and I don't beg, just whiskey and grit on the edge of a leg gate. So if you see two shadows at the end of the saloon, one's a man who still fights, the other comes soon. Don't ask no questions, just pour what you do, 'cause whiskey's for one, but the chair's there for two. Pulled up a chair, poured 2 shots down. Graveyard silence in this no-name town. Death leaned in with that hollow grin, said, "You done yet?" I just laughed again. I said, "Pour another reaper, let's toast to the end. You've been chasing clothes, but I don't bend. We both ride hard, but I ride free. So sip slow, death, you won't bury me." Dust on my boots, blood on my name. I never rode clean, but I played the game. Cards on the table, sky burning red. You count the souls, I count what's left unsaid. Pour another reaper, let's toast to the end. You've been chasing clothes, but I don't bend. We both ride hard, but I ride free. So sip slow, death, you won't bury me. Sound you can knock, but don't expect me to flee, 'cause I'll drink with ghosts, not beg on my knees.
sat down by a crooked stone. The sky was ash, the wind had grown. A shadow came with a bottle in hand, said, "Boy, I've been watching where you stand." So I poured a glass and raised it slow to every trail I had to go. He smiled like an old-time friend, said, "Ain't bad sharing whiskey with the end." The graveyard groaned beneath our boots. He lit a cigar, said, "Truth is truth." We clinked our glass in silent nod, both riders serving the same old God. So I poured a glass and raised it slow to the outlaws, saints, and names I know. I tipped my hat, said, "Here's to win." I said again, sharing whiskey with the end. No begging, no crying, no final plea. Just dust on my coat and one last drink from me. He don't chase and he don't bend, he just waits. Like a long lost friend. So I poured a glass and raised it high to every dusk and every tribe. And when the trail comes round the bend, I'll be ready, sharing whiskey with the end. Boots full of sand and a heart full of fire. I don't ride for gold, I don't ride for a choir. Sky burn red and the vultures fly low. Ain't no preacher gonna save my soul. No flag to follow, no badge, no name. Just dust on my trail and a rising flame. Whiskey in my blood, smoke in my eyes. I ride with the silence where the outlaw lies. Took my licks and I gave them back clean. Ain't no devil tougher than the things I've seen. Rope in my saddle, scars on my skin, but I ride like I ain't never gonna lose or win. No flag to follow, no badge, no name. Just dust on my trail and a rising flame. Whiskey in my blood, smoke in my where the outlaw lies. Wind howls like a dying hound. Boots beat hard on the ghost town ground. Ain't no home, no grave, just a man who never learned to stay. No flag to follow, no cross, no crown. Just a shadow stretching long out of town. The reaper may ride, but I ride first, with fire in my throat and a deathless thirst. Boots caked in ash, wind cuts like steel, a scar on my cheek, a past I don't reveal. Whiskey burns easy, but regret burns slow. Every mile behind me is a place I won't go. Ash on my saddle, fire in my chest. I ain't here to settle, I ain't here to rest. Ride till I vanish to the dusk and flame. Don't ask me nothing, just remember my name. Dust in my teeth, spit on the sun. If I draw, I don't miss, I only run once. No preacher, no woman, no grave with a cross, just me in the silence and the weight of my loss. Ash on my saddle, fire in my chest. I ain't here to settle, I ain't here to rest. Ride till I vanish to the dusk and flame. Don't ask me nothing, just remember my name. Above me, dirt below my shadow don't follow, it leads where I go. Smoke curls up from my half-burned sin, but I ain't stopping till the desert caves in. Ash on my saddle, fire in my chest. This road don't forgive and I ain't been blessed. One day the dust will carry me home, but not till I make this trail my own. But my blood runs cold. Crosses around me, stories told. Road keeps watch, don't blink in an eye. Seen more truth than any sky. Sun goes down, but I ain't sleep. Dreams don't come where the roots run deep. Dust on my coat, mud on my name. I came with nothing, I leave the same. But the graveyard ain't home, not for me. I ain't dirty yet, I still breathe. You can lay your stone, but don't you pray. I got one more ride, and I ain't staying today. No, the graveyard ain't home. and talks. Says, boy, you're done. I sip my drink and block the sun. Death don't scare me, never did. I just nod and take my bid. They buried brothers right here on this land, but I still got lead in my hand. The graveyard ain't home, not tonight. I still got ghosts I gotta fight. Whiskey's burning candle low, but I ain't leaving slow. I ride, and death don't know. Whiskey glass still warm in hand, crosses whisper through the sand. Crow beside me keeping watch, morning breaks the devil's clock. Leather torn and spirit thin, buried dreams beneath my skin, a name carved deep in weathered stone. But I ain't done, not riding alone. I rise with the dust, I ride with the dead. Blood in my boots, fire in my head. Graveyard sunrise, crows in the air. A man like me ain't never scared. This ain't my end, it's just my tone. I'm made of rust, of dust and bone. Candle flicker, shadows crawl. God don't answer every call, but I still ride through hurt and smoke. Every mile's another hole. I rise with the dust, I ride with the dead. Blood in my boots, fire in my head. Graveyard sunrise, crows in the air. A man like me ain't never scared. This ain't my end, it's just my tone. I'm made of rust, of dust and bone. Savior on this trail, only wind and howling tail. But I got grit, I got flame, riding fast, don't need no name. I rise with the dust, I ride with the pain. Whiskey and crow in a soft refrain. Let them talk when I am gone. I was carved from dust and bone. dust on my boots again. Sun's bleeding low like a memory sin. A crow's on a saddle, silent and black. He's seen what I've done, never turning back. Raven don't lie, and the wind don't pray. I ride alone where the bones still lay. No song of mercy, no reason why, just steel and dirt 'neath a blood-red sky. Knows the road by heart. Each grave we pass tears me apart. A name on the stone, a price I paid, a soul I buried with the vows I made. Raven don't lie, and the sky won't bend. Every mile I ride might be the end, but I won't beg and I won't cry. Just ride with the bird till the day I die. Tried to hide. The raven don't lie, and the dust don't sleep. I ride through the silence, the hurt runs deep. One last shadow, one last goodbye, but a cowboy rides on, 'cause ravens don't lie.
Boots hit the dust like thunder rolling. Sky bleeds gold where the hills are folding. Graveyard hush, wind bites sharp. Crow on my saddle, dark as my heart. Where the ravens wait, I ride on through, past the bones and crosses past what I once knew. Ain't no prayer gonna wash my name, I'm just a shadow in the reaper's flame. Whiskey in the reaper's flame. Vultures fly where good men fell, and I've carved my truth in bullet shell. No glory waits, no hymns, no light, just boots and hooves in the dying night, where the ravens wait. I ride on through, dust on my boots and blood on my view. Ain't no heaven gonna claim my soul. I was born to burn on a cowboy road. Crosses cast long shadows in the dusk. My boots still muddy, my faith still hushed. The raven knows he don't forget how many names his ground's collected yet. I ride alone, but I ain't lost. Paid every toll and I've learned the cost. Graveside riders never cry, we just tip our hats and ride on by. Dust on leather, blood in the seams, living off ghosts and broken dreams. Whispers follow where we roam, but the wind out here sounds like home. Preacher speaks when I roll through. Just the wind and that old crow's who. I don't carry gold, don't carry sin, only what I done and what could have been. No mercy deal, no savior pad, just me and fate, and we ride back to back. Graveside riders never cry, we just tip our hats and ride on by. Dust on leather, blood in the seams, living off ghosts and broken dreams. Whispers follow where we roam, but the wind out here sounds like home. Someday death will ride my way, but I'll look her in the eye and say, I've danced with silence, kissed the flame, and no stone's gonna hold my name. Graveside riders never cry, keep moving till we die. With shadows stretched across our trail, we ride on wind, not flesh or mail. Let the raven sing my end, but not tonight, my graveyard friend.
ground was cold, the sky was still. Moon hanging high on that lonesome hill. Dust on my tongue, blood on my sleeve, but I ain't got a single plan to leave. Then she crawled from the grave, cloak black as pitch, her smile carved like a reaper's stitch. Locked eyes with death, but I didn't flinch. She reached for my soul, I didn't give an inch. Ain't no sermon, ain't no prayer, just boot prints, blood and desert air. If you came to claim what's mine, you best get ready to cross that line. She whispered low like a prairie breeze, promising silence, begging me please. But I got ghosts that won't let go, brothers buried in canyon snow. I ain't kneeling in no dirt, you'll have to drag me if I'm hurt. Locked eyes with death, but I didn't flinch. She reached for my soul, I didn't give an inch. Ain't no sermon, ain't no prayer, just boot prints, blood and desert air. If you came to claim what's mine, you best get ready to cross that line. I don't ride with fear no more, I sleep with my back against death's door. So take your scythe and take your grin, you can't reap what won't give in. Locked eyes with death, one breath away, but I still rise, still got dues to pay. She fade into that silver light, guess I live one more night.
She's waiting there in shadowed soil, hands like bone and breath like coal. She grins at me with teeth of time, but I ain't done this tale I told. Dust on my tongue, blood on my chin, but I got fire burning deep within. 6 feet ain't enough to keep me down, not while the wind still howls around. You want my soul, you'll have to chase, I ain't ready for your cold embrace. The moon may watch, the dirt may rise, but I still got fight left in these eyes. I shot my share, I made peace with my own despair. But tonight you came too soon, and I got whiskey, not a tune. Your hands are cold, but mine still bleed, and that means I still got what I need. 6 feet ain't enough
enough to call it done. I'm still crawling toward that sun. You got your cloak, I got my pride, and I won't let you choose my ride. One more breath, one more mile. Let me go out with a rebel smile. Tried to take me, but I ain't kneeling, you won't break me. Graves are for the ones who quit. I still got dust and spit to spit. 6 feet ain't enough to claim this soul. Now while my boots still feel the roll. So take a step, but don't expect this cowboy still got one more wreck. Moon's high, dirt's cold, breathing in the rock, face to bone, me and death taking one last shot. She grinned wide like she already won, but I ain't running, I ain't that one. Ain't my grave just yet, darling, you can howl and you can scratch, but I got fire left in these boots and a song you'll never catch. I bled on roads and beds of thorns, this ain't the end you'll get, so lay back down in the dark, girl, ain't my grave just yet. Claws in the dust, I ain't blinking now. You seen cowards, I ain't one somehow. Heard the reaper talk, but I talk back with a grid made of smoke and a soul burned black. Ain't my grave just yet, darling, still got whiskey in my breath. You came for silence, I brought thunder, I'm a man who cheats on death. You can circle all you want, I ain't ready to forget, so curl your bones and wait your turn. Ain't my grave just yet. Said you smell like ash, I smiled, bitter and smelling like trash. She is, you'll crawl to me someday soon. I said maybe, but not for noon. Ain't my grave just yet, darling, this ain't your final dance. I'll play my cards with dirt-stained hands. You won't get your chance, so go on back where shadows sleep. I still got one sunset till my boots turn cold. This ain't my grave just yet. This ain't my grave just yet. Cold mud on my chest, boots filled with rain. She grinned like a thief, whispering my name. Bones wrapped in rags, fingers like knives. Said you've had enough of your ball life. But the moon got my witness, and the dirt knows my name. I ain't begging for mercy, I don't play that game. If I'm going out, I'll go out loud. Put my teeth in a fight and my boots unbowed. Graveyard eyes, breath cold as steel. She leaned in close like she meant to seal the deal. But I ain't dead yet, got fire in my spit. I've danced with ghosts and I ain't quit. Yeah, the moon got my witness, and the sky might cry. I don't whisper to shadows, I just look them in the eye. If I crawl, it's forward, not away. I don't fade out, I blaze in gray. My hat's still on, my fist still tight, and I'll curse your name till the morning light. You came for silence, I gave you song, and I'll sing it even when I'm gone. Let the moon watch, let the tombstones lean. I ain't yours yet, though you've already seen. My breath is short, but my soul still kicks. One last tune on the devil's tricks. Dust on the strings, blood in the sand. I ain't running, I'm just making a stand. Boots are worn, but my tune is tight. Playing like hell in the dead of night. He's smiling wide from under that hood, waiting on me like he always would. But I got a fire that he won't blow, a melody mean, a rhythm slow. I don't ride with no saints or guns, just a beat that rolls like a setting sun. He creeps behind, but I play ahead. My chords ring louder than the words he said. Yeah, strings against a silence, that's my vow. I ain't dying, I'm singing now. Fingers ache, but the notes still burn. Each one a reason I won't return. The reaper waits with nothing to show. Can't catch a man with a song to throw. His breath is cold on the back of my neck, but my music's a blade and it cuts through death. Let the winds howl and the sky turn red. As long as I sing, I ain't dead. I don't pray and I don't kneel down. My church is 6 strings and Outlaw's ground. If this is the end, let the record show.
I faced him humming real damn slow, strings against the silence, loud and proud. I ain't dying, I'm singing now.
Our boots drag through the canyon wind. Sky burns red like a world sin. Rope on my hip, guitar on my back. I ain't looking forward, ain't watching my track. He's walking close, that shadow tall, same as mine, won't speak at all. But every time I strike a chord, he listens like he's never heard the Lord. Dust ain't afraid of death, not out here. Not with whiskey lips and a heart full of fear. I play each note like it's my breath. Ain't no silence worse than death. Crow bones hang on rusted wire. Campfire's low, but I don't tire. Got one more song and one last ride with the Reaper watching by my side. He taps his toe, never says a word, but I swear that soul sucker's feeling my coast. We ain't friends, but we ride the same dust. He takes the bones, I take the rust. Dust ain't afraid of death, that's a fact. We both ride trails and never look back. So I'll sing loud, I'll sing proud till my breath, 'cause even death ain't killed me yet.
The sun dropping low like a loaded die. Boot prints burn in the desert dry. Cigarettes gone, but the smoke still stays. I grin like hell in the devil's gaze. Dragging through ghost town wind, crow on the post where it all begins. Got a tune in my head and a shot in my belt. Ain't much left, I ain't already felt. Grin and gunpowder, boots on the stone, laughing with death like he's one of my own. Whiskey in my soul and dust in my name, playing my chords in a losing game. That's my fame. Fire crackles like bones in the dark. Shadow and steel both got their mark. But I don't flinch and I don't kneel. My pain's old leather, my fate's cold steel. She said I'd die with a song on my lips. I guess she knew my apocalypse. Still strumming slow while the thunder moans. Me and death humming in broken tone. Grin and gunpowder, spit and pride. I don't run, I don't hide. 6 feet deep or 6 feet wide. Either way I'm gonna ride. Grin and gunpowder and one last fight.
I lit a smoke with a trembling hand. Boots in the dirt, glass full of sand. She sat down dressed in bone and rags. Said, you've outrun me, but just by a drag. I laughed and poured her half my glass. Dust on my jacket, years moving fast. The bike behind still warm from the road. She smiled wide. You still owe a load. Dust and bone, that's all we leave. Whiskey breath and worn out sleeves. If this is the end, then pour it slow. Let me toast before I go. Dust and bone and a grinning face, riding free through time and space. She don't carry chains or clocks, just memory stuffed in a leather box. Told her stories about fires and fights. She just nodded beneath the dying light. Said, I've been watching since '95. You danced on cliffs and came out alive. But every rider hits that bend where the whiskey stops and trails in dust and bone. That's all we leave. Boot prints blown by desert breeze. One last laugh, one last ride, with the reaper on your side. Dust and bone and a dying sun. No regrets, just one more run. The wind was soft like a heaven song, and I knew my song had just begun. She tipped her head and raised her glass. Here's to the fools who never ask. Dust and bone, the price we pay for every mile we steal away. If death's a friend, then let her stay. We'll ride together anyway. Dust and bone till the final light, riding out into the night.